Here's the Yamhill County Jail right behind me. What would it be like if we freed everybody who's in there? All right, wouldn't that be a crazy thought? All of a sudden, all those inmates, these bad dudes, bad ladies who have done bad stuff, all of a sudden they're free, they're roaming around McMinnville, they're everywhere. If a judge said, you're good to go, clean slate, you can leave. Like I would be terrified. I know you probably would be terrified too. In a way, God is like that with us. Because it's easy to look at the inmates and be like, oh, they're so bad, they've done really bad things, that's why they're locked up, or people in prison. But I've done bad things too in my thought life, and you've done bad things also. So everybody has sinned. Paul talks about that in the book of Romans, that everyone has fallen short. That means that everybody's missed the mark, everyone has sinned and made a mistake, and we all deserve a punishment. So the beauty inside this is that Christianity is like that. When God's like, hey, you've all done bad things, but I'm going to open those doors of the jail you're in and the prison you're in, and you're going to be free to go. And so God is a just God. He loves you so much, but he's also a just God. So there has to be a punishment paid for the wrongs that we've done, that people have committed. And so the beauty in it is that he sent his son Jesus to die on the cross for us, to pay for our bloopers, our sins. And that's an amazing gift from God. We just have to believe in that. And we receive what we call salvation. You get eternal life, you get heaven. And it's not just in the afterlife, you get heaven here on this life, as far as understanding and value and meaning and tons of amazing stuff that comes along with that. So we get to see this also in 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Paul writing this confused church in Corinth. Again, I love this chapter, pun completely intended. It's a great chapter, talks about love, love, love. A lot of people say, hey, I'm in love with her, I'm in love with him. I love pizza, I love this and that. We don't really know what love is. And Paul's like, hey, this is the love of God, and he unwraps this to that church. And it's cool, we can read this today and actually get this, and we can apply it today too in our lives. So in verse 5, Paul says that love doesn't keep any records of wrongs. And some versions might even say evil instead of wrongs. So it's so natural for us when you're in a disagreement with someone, like a parent or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a relative or a classmate or whoever, and you're just like, man, you keep this list. You did this, I saw this, you did this, she did that. And you keep this little roster in your brain about who did what and how they wronged you. And so the beauty is that Paul's saying, no, that's not love. You're not showing the love of God when you keep this record and you keep track, of all these things. It's actually the opposite of love of God. It's very worldly. It's of what we say, the flesh of human nature. It's destructive. And so this is a beautiful passage because it's reminding us, hey, no, it's a clean slate. Okay, so we cannot forget. God can actually forgive, and he's powerful enough to actually control himself to get to the point where he can forget if he wants to. And so it says in Micah, this book in the Old Testament, that he has thrown these sins into the depths of the sea. And so it's like this clean slate, it's erased. And so Jesus, as we fast forward to the New Testament, Jesus has paid that price for you and for me, all the things that we've done wrong. It's a clean slate. The jail door is wide open, and we have freedom at that point. Random information moments. I just want to stop and tell you what I love. I love that a few weeks ago, one of our Rockstar 11th graders, Elizabeth Nelson, invited Rachel Bounds to come serve for Serve Night. And they were cleaning at Scotty's, doing amazing stuff. And Rachel came the week after to youth group on Tuesday night for high schoolers. And she prayed with one of our leaders for 10th grade, Laurel Cook. And she prayed with her to become a Christ follower, which is just amazing. This is why I wake up in the morning. Let me just be honest with you. I love it when people find out truth in Jesus Christ and they have a foundation for life. I did that when I was 17. It's changed my life in every way. It's been amazing to understand why I'm here and what's the point of this existence. So those are some of the things I love. To add to that too, I love your leaders. Those people sitting in the room with you right now, they love you. And I just have the most amazing leadership team of people that are all in, that love you, and spend 90 minutes to 2 hours on a Tuesday night or Wednesday night. Some leaders do 2 different nights, and also Sunday morning. Some people are just all in. I love that God has given us an amazing leadership team, and I love you for making home groups a priority. So thank you. All right, here's my homework assignment for you for this week. If somebody bothers you, if somebody ticks you off, if you get into a fight, if somebody is really anti you, just whatever, something blows up, do not say you're sorry. Do not say you're sorry quickly. Here's the deal. So often we just want to get it over with. And maybe if you know that person, if you've known them for a while, maybe in your brain you're replaying the things that they have done wrong. And so you get this image of almost like keeping track. Well, you've done this. So when you say you're sorry quick, a lot of times you can just say like, oh, I'm sorry. Or, oh, I'm sorry that you're mad. Like when I was a young guy with my mom, she'd be like, hey, you need to apologize to me right now. I'd be like, oh, sorry, Mom. That doesn't cut it. So it's not from the heart. So there's beauty in seeking first to understand before you seek first to be understood. And so if someone has a beef with you, a problem with you, ask them good questions. Say, just to clarify, okay, what did I do that's wrong? Because if you know them, maybe you are building up some things that you've noticed also that's wrong on their part. So in marriage, oh my goodness, I've done this before, this is so bad. Like, I'll be challenged on something that I do in the home. I'll say, well, hey, you do this too. Okay, don't do that. That's not good. So just say you're sorry after a while. Give it 5 minutes, ask good questions. Then say you're sorry if you mean it, and you should from your heart. Because what you do at that point, you show the love of God to that person. If they don't know Jesus, they're going to get a taste of Jesus at that point when you apologize to them from your heart once you gather the information, not something that you jump into. So this week, try that. If you feel it in your veins, if someone ticks you off, or if you're accused of something, just wait, ask questions, and then come back and apologize in a sincere, loving way.